Hello and welcome to The Light Side. My name is Kate Longenecker and I'm going to be your host, and I'm here at the Stroh Center in Bowling Green because tonight's episode, it's all about the Falcon cheer and dance teams. And the cheer team, they just did something that they've never done before. Here's Greg Franke with more.
When fans come to a Bowling Green State University basketball game, they've come to expect a lot of additional trappings besides just the game itself. Things such as Freddie and Frida, the pep band, and certainly not least, the cheerleading and dance teams. But what the people in the stands may not understand, even though they can certainly acknowledge the talent and spirit of the performers, is that they are serious athletes cut out very much in the same mold as the players themselves, with their own team goals and accolades to contend for. And just as with any of their athletic brethren, the top prize and the most coveted prize is a national championship, something that the cheerleading team and the dance team have annually been serious competitors for, and that this year the co-ed cheerleading team of Bowling Green State University actually did win.
We caught up with the team just as they were viewing the ESPN show that highlighted their victorious performance at the Nationals. Everyone was gathered around the television in anticipation, and a great cheer predictably went up when they saw themselves come on the screen being named the national champions. The plaudits were a long time coming for the Falcons. Last year they were just barely edged by perennial champion Hofstra for the title, and head cheer coach Anne-Marie King says the Falcon squad knew it would be a tough challenge again.
With cheerleading, it's one and done, so it's very intense in reference to they have one shot to go out there and hit their routine, and that's it. So as far as preparation goes, day in and day out, just in the gym, making sure that we prepare them as much as possible to get in the gym and making sure that they feel prepared once they hit the floor.
But junior Katie Began said that the experience of just coming up short the previous year actually served as the catalyst for winning this year.
Well, we realized that what our strengths were from last year, and we knew what we needed to do this year, like work harder, because we worked hard last year, but it was like that extra push that we needed, and so it fueled us for this year, because it was like we almost had the taste of winning, and then it was just taken away from us, so it was like really it made us work a lot harder this year.
Every year when a team makes a long championship run, it's aided by talented young players who lack experience but make up for it in other ways. And the Falcon co-ed cheer team was no different. Perhaps not surprisingly, it was the males on the squad that needed guidance from the females, most of whom had been doing this sort of thing for years. This was not the case for people like junior Alex Coons, who had no experience at all in cheerleading before joining the squad and had to start from scratch. As time wore on, he learned a lot, but still said that being at Nationals was an overwhelming experience.
It's pretty nervous going down, especially being the first year on the mat. I think that after I got out there for doing semifinals, I was fine. Just seeing the lights and the people and that kind of thing, and being able to hit my skills right off the bat. The first routine really set the stage for the rest of the time down at Nationals. My teammates were definitely there for the support and encouraging me that everything's going to be fine from the more experienced seniors.
But the entire team persevered, and when the Falcons actually did win, Katie Began said it was just unbelievable.
Well, my jaw dropped personally, and I literally just stood there, and because we hold hands, and everyone's hands got super tight, and we just stood up and hugged each other, and we were just like, we did it. We did it. Like, coming in as a freshman, I could not even imagine that we have come this far and would have got first. Because everyone would always talk about, like, the teams that were so good, and we would look up to them. And it's just so cool to be that team now. Like, we were walking around Disney, and teams that I didn't even know, that were like, congrats, Bowling Green. Like, I had never seen them before, and I was just like starstruck. Like, me? Thanks.
Well, you just got to see the winning routine, but what goes into making a routine like that actually happen? I'll have that and more coming up after the break.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Hello and welcome back to the light side. You can see here the Bowling Green women's basketball team getting to hold up their trophy, while the cheerleaders just got to do the same thing after winning the national title. But it took a lot of hard work and dedication that might be surprising to some.
They're in there, at least we say it's a 25-hour commitment. When we sit them down at tryouts, we just tell them that they better be ready to live, eat, and breathe BGSU cheerleading, because not only do they have the nationals to focus on, again, our first priority is making sure that we support our university. So in addition to all of the games that they cheer at, they're also focusing on the nationals as well.
This commitment is embodied in a portion of the training that probably even makes football players wince.
Getting ready for nationals during our winter break as well. We have 22-a-days in a row, so that really preps them for the national season.
In addition to the physical grind, there was also a lot of planning and mental training that went into the task of preparing for the nationals.
Each year we always start the season out with a team mission statement, team dinner. We just focus on what will make us successful this year. Being top 5 in the nation for 5 years in a row, every year we just strive to get better. So what can we do this year? And this year they really focused on the team bonding outside, but they also focused on the leadership aspect as well. It was kind of building this team outside of the gym, their leadership, and then bringing that leadership inside of the gym that really put a focus on winning this year. And again, we don't really so much focus on the winning part, it's just going down to be able to hit our routine. Once we hit our routine, we leave that up to the judges, and this year we won, so that was a great feeling.
As previously stated, most of the girls had previous experience with competitive cheer and knew something about the dedication required. But Katie Began said this took things to an entirely new level.
Why do you have to practice so much just for 2 minutes and 30 seconds? I go, well, it's a lot of people working together, and you have to make sure it's consistent, you have to be safe, and you have to just work together, you have to click.
For his part, Alex Kuhn said he got more than he originally anticipated when he first joined the team just looking for a school activity.
I've always been in athletics through my life, but nothing like this. This is, you get one shot, you prepare so many months ahead of time for this one opportunity down at a national stage. Unbelievable experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Between all of this feverish preparation for a national competition, which is in itself certainly a very time-intensive undertaking, it's not to be forgotten, of course, that the cheerleaders also put in a great deal of time into the more well-known aspect of their job, promoting school spirit during sporting events.
First and foremost, it's very important that we support our university first. So we get game day ready. We start in July. We have a retreat moving all the way through August. Once we're game day ready in September, we move right into nationals. So from September on, we're focusing on nationals in addition to all the other requirements that we have here to support the university, all the football games and basketball games.
Still, Katie Began says that while she loves game day and all of the traditional cheerleader activities, there is something special about the competitions.
I like doing game day, but personally I love the competitive side of this. Like, a lot of people don't understand it, and they're like, well, why do you have 2-a-days? And I'm like, well, we have this big competition we work all year for, and we start in July, and they're like, that's crazy. I go, yeah, you know, it's hard to keep like motivated for that long, because it's not like football that you have a game every weekend that keeps you like, oh, okay, we need to work on this, like, you know, and it's just, a lot of people don't understand the sport, but that's where we come in as a team. We keep reminding each other, like, it'll be worth it, and like after they announce we got first, we all knew it was so worth it.
Coming up later in the show, we caught up with the BG dance team, but coming up next, it wasn't just the co-ed cheer team that performed well in competition. Make sure you stay tuned to see who else stepped up.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Welcome back to the light side. Now you know that the co-ed cheer team here at BG just won a national title. What you might not know is the all-girls squad just made it to the nationals for the first time, and they even came out with a 9th place finish.
One of the leaders of that squad was Molly Dito, who split time between the co-ed and all-girls squads and said that a lot of experience goes into adjusting between working with males or exclusively with females.
I was on co-ed all 4 years on game day, and then this year on nationals, kind of due to different areas that needed. So whereas on all-girl we didn't have enough top girls, that I was taken over to my all-girl, and I love the opportunity, and it was awesome, and I want to change it for the world.
Another member of the squad was junior Taylor Ross, who said that her first time in the environment of nationals was memorable, to say the least.
I competed at UCA All-Star Nationals, but UCA College Nationals is pretty much the biggest platform of athletic cheerleading that you can really get on. So to actually get to watch them do so well, and for us, for our first time to go out there and make our mark. We didn't make it to finals, we got 9th place, but for our first time out there, we definitely are so proud of what we accomplished. And it is a huge feeling. It's really humbling to actually get to do what you love in front of so many people. So.
Finally, to round things off, there is still another step, even higher than the national championships. After the Nationals, 88 countries compete in world competition, the Olympics of cheerleading, if you will, and the Falcons had 4 participants: Megan Gill, Abby Pilgrim, Becca Pastor, and Michelle Bowles, who even reached this rarefied level of competition. Coach King said that, as the name suggests, the participants in the Worlds really are the best of the best.
After nationals, all the teams that are at nationals can qualify to come down and compete or try out for Team USA. We had a quad go down and compete last year, which was really great, and we trained them in the gym this year as well, along with our nationals team. So our quad went down, tried out along many other top programs, and they were selected again. They are 4 amongst 20 that will be on the floor representing Team USA this year.
As the Falcon representatives gathered for a group interview, they shared their thoughts on meeting cheerleaders from around the world, as well as other competitors from across the country.
There was a chance for us to go and meet with all of the other countries. They set aside a section during the competition where you just get to talk to everybody and like trade like things that you have. We learned that for USA you train for 2 weeks and learn all of your skills with your team then and then compete. And other countries do that as well, along with some countries start in January right after like our national season.
It was really interesting to see all the stuff that people traded. Like we traded like t-shirts and water bottles, but then there's like Mexico who traded little pins with like sombreros on them and stuff like that.
A lot of the countries did speak English, so we were very fortunate that we could communicate with them, which was something that I was like really interested in because I don't know a different language, so like having other countries know English was easy for us, but it was like Abby said that you would trade things in, but if you couldn't speak the same language, you would hold up whatever you wanted to trade and they would do the same, or they would shake their head no if they didn't want to, and you'd just pull something else out. So that was interesting as well. And another thing that was really common is people wanted to take pictures, and because everybody wanted to document this, and so people from China and Japan, they would just hold up their camera and you'd shake your head yes, and then you'd just get into this huge group and somebody would snap the picture. So we have tons of pictures from all over, and especially for the opening ceremonies too. Everybody would be in the back lined up so with their respective countries.
How difficult was it to integrate with a lot of people that you hadn't been on a team with before in a short period of time? Was that a hard thing to do from people from all over the country, and now you're working with them and you hadn't really before?
At first it's different because like every school has different skill, like the way that they structure their programs and things, but coming together it's a huge learning experience, and you can learn so many different ways to do skills and like diversity, and it helps that you make the team as a quad because like with us we already have a lot of chemistry, so when it comes to skills we can pick up on them easier. But it's definitely really cool to see like how other teams work and like seeing it all come together.
The presence of such a prestigious global competition portends still further growth in the sport that is exploding in popularity at the younger ages. Coach King says that stunt teams are an emerging NCAA varsity sport.
It's really grown in the last 10 years. Cheerleading has been in the United States for many years, but as far as internationally, it's really booming in all the other countries as well. With 88 countries represented at Worlds, it's just a great experience for our four quads to be able to go down and experience that, get to know other countries and their teams and their culture.
This movement has the dual merit of not only addressing some of the gender equity issues that have beset college athletics, but should undoubtedly carve out a niche following in its own right.
And just an update, Team USA did win gold this year at the World Championships. But coming up next, the BG dance team. How did they do in competition?
Saving your memories just got easier with BCSN's online store. Log on to bcsn.tv to browse your favorite games and order a DVD with a simple click of the mouse. Do it all from the comfort of your own home, any time of the day. Visit bcsn.tv to order your DVD today.
Welcome back to the light side. Now, one of these cases is going to hold the trophy that the cheer team just won here at Bowling Green. But when will it hold one from the dance team? Greg Franke has more.
While the Bowling Green cheerleading team's national championship certainly does set it apart, at least for now, they're not the only squad that regularly competes for national honors. In fact, the dance team for 5 years in a row has been at or near the top 20 in the college dance team national championships in Orlando, Florida. This year they finished 18th, which was their highest finish yet. And they're competing against all Division I schools regardless of size, so it's certainly an outstanding accomplishment. It would be the equivalent of a basketball team 5 years in a row making the Sweet 16 or nearly making it there, which would be an enviable record certainly for anyone. And it is a record for which the whole Bowling Green dance program takes great pride.
Head dance coach Miranda Calhoun says that just as with the cheerleading squad, the dance team undergoes a lengthy process of team selection, practicing routines, as well as preparing simultaneously for game day and team competition.
Every year we have tryouts in the spring. That's when we get most of our team. We'll pick about 17 to 18 girls. Over the summer, we have a summer retreat where they'll try out to be on the national squad. We look for like 12 to 16 girls to be a part of that. Throughout the season, depending on if we want more girls or not, if we have more room, we have fall tryouts as well. And that's when we get right into football season. We do all home football games. We practice 2 to 3 times a week with workouts 4 times a week around there. Then we go into basketball season, which we do all men's and women's home games. Then during all of that, we also are preparing for nationals, which that's when we compete in January when we travel to Orlando.
Coach Calhoun says that qualifying for nationals is an achievement in itself, and that competing against all of the top squads in the country, regardless of size, is quite a challenge, as one would expect.
We compete against all D1, Division I football schools, so if they're able for a bowl, if your football team's eligible for a bowl, that's who we compete against. So we do compete against the big schools, Ohio State, Minnesota, LSU, Alabama, all of them.
So is it as hard for Bowling Green to compete with Ohio State in dance as it would be in football?
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Just as with any other competitive sport, experience is an important ingredient for success. And in this sense, the Falcons look strong for the future as they placed in the top 20, still with a very young squad. In fact, Cheryl Christie was the lone senior on the squad, and she said that the way the team came together as a unit was the major reason they did so well on the big stage.
It's definitely really intense at nationals. There's so many teams and you're just surrounded by them everywhere you go, in the hotel room, on the practice stage, right behind stage, they're everywhere, and so you definitely are immersed in that atmosphere, and they're all really good and you're back there watching them. And I think this year we just had a really good team and we really came together right from back in the summer when people tried out. We had our practice camps and stuff. We really clicked as a team, and so I think that really helped us this year and doing our best and being 18th in the nation this year.
Cheryl said that another major reason for the team's success was making the commitment that went into learning and perfecting the complex choreographies.
Well, we hire a choreographer and they come in and they teach us our routine sometime earlier in the year, and so we have like a whole day practice where we just learn the choreography, and then we take that choreography and we clean it and make it perfect, and those take a lot of hard work and practices too.
Sophomore member Amanda Kushney concurs, saying the level of commitment required was the major difference between being a member of the Falcons and participating in a competitive high school program in Geneva, Illinois.
Yeah, it's just a big commitment, especially because I think the studies are a little bit more heavy here, and in high school you would just go straight from school all day, maybe have practice for an hour. We had more like workouts and added study tables, things that I didn't have.
Amanda says in particular, just as in any serious sport, a lot of physical conditioning is required on top of the dancing itself.
We have workouts like twice a week. Actually, this year we added 2 more, so it was like 4 times a week. And twice a week we'd meet together and we run, and then otherwise we'd go and we meet at the rec. And cardio, and we like lift too. Otherwise, over the summer, we have like a strict workout plan that we need to follow throughout the whole summer to be prepared to come. And then that's really everything outside of practice. Inside of practice, we still condition and stretch and then learn all of the dances that we have to do here.
Another sophomore dance team member is Mariah Adams, a local product of the Perrysburg dance squad, where she was coached by current Falcon mentor Miranda Calhoun, who brought her to Bowling Green. Mariah said from her perspective, a major difference in addition to the dedication required was the emphasis placed on showing spirit during the performance of the routine.
I was used to just like showing my talent, and when I came here I had to be like just spirity, and it was more about the crowd and not about me. It was about bringing out BG spirit rather than just my talent, I guess.
Mariah, who made her second appearance at Nationals this year, said that she found the atmosphere overwhelming the first time around. So as a second-year member, she tried to use her experience to calm down the newcomers.
I just told them like I knew exactly what they were feeling. I knew they were going to be nervous, but everything was going to be fine. You just got to put it all out there because you have one shot.
Mariah says that with another year of experience under the team's belt, she's very optimistic that the Falcons can make a big move up next year.
I'm thinking so. I think we've been improving with each year, so I think next year has high hopes.
Finally, on top of everything else, from training to competition to the game day enthusiasm, Coach Calhoun says there's yet another really important aspect of being cheerleaders and dance team members, and that's being ambassadors for the university.
They are doing all kinds of on-campus events. They go to, of course, they're always on campus for the pep rallies. They do a lot of community service things with like different sororities. I know we have a lot of team leaders and a lot of people that are doing other organizations on campus. We definitely work on our grade point averages. That's something that we take pride in. I think the entire team of 17 have a 3.5 or above, so we're working very hard.
So in thinking about the 2013-14 season in Bowling Green State University sports, the MAC football championship and an outstanding women's basketball campaign certainly have to rank as major highlights. However, a national championship for the Bowling Green co-ed cheerleading team and another top 20 finish for the dance team certainly are accomplishments that have to be mentioned in the same breath. Greg Franke reporting for The Light Side.
To sum it all up, the Bowling Green cheer and dance teams have won a national title, a gold medal, a 9th place finish, and a top 20 finish all in the last year. And I'm sure they're already preparing for next season to get another trophy in these cases. Thank you for watching The Light Side. My name is Kate Longenecker, and I will see you next time. Have a great night.